Okay, I think we've started. Okay, good morning everybody. I hope you're well. Just pop a message in the comments box, just so it's good to know that I can focus on talking to someone. We're going to do some of our fundamental work. We're going to stretch out, and then we're going to go for a bit of a swim at the end. So enjoy. Hope you're all feeling good. It's the calm before the storm. Yeah, let's get going. Hi Katie, nice to see you. Wish I could see you. Thank you for joining me this morning. I was just saying we are going to do some of our fundamental Friday Pilates. We're going to do a bit of stretching out, and we're going to have a little bit of a swim at the end, which is a bit challenging, so we can break it down and you can do what's right for you. As ever, if anything doesn't feel right in the session, just modify it, use the tricks that both myself and Heather give you, supporting the head, not pulling on the neck, tucking the tailbone underneath to allow it to come out of the back and support your back with your abdominals. And I've got my Christmas I've got my Christmas decorations. Hopefully see some of you over the Christmas as well. So let's get started. Let's start standing, and we'll start with our roll downs to warm up our spine. Okay, so my head might be cut off, so not such a bad thing. So start with your feet in parallel, fist distance apart, all 10 toes on the mat. Really concentrate on really grounding those feet into the mat. Coming up through the body, the legs have a slight softening in the knees, the tucking underneath of the tailbone. Then you're thinking you're pulling up and in through the abdominals. We're standing tall through the trunk. Shoulders are nice and wide, with the shoulders going down and back. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Lots of people I've been noticing lately have their shoulders up around their ears. I think as the Christmas goes on, they come up and up. So let's drop those shoulders down. Think nice, relaxed shoulders. Okay. And we're going to inhale laterally into the side of the ribs, keeping those shoulders down. And as we exhale, we're just going to allow the chin to gently fall towards the chest. We're putting up and in through the abdominals. We're sending the weight forward over the toes. I'd like those palms to be facing in towards each other. Your head is heavy and your arms are heavy. And you're going to breathe in at the bottom and exhaling. Pulling up and in through the abdominals, powering into those legs, restacking the spine and opening up the shoulders at the end. We're going to do 2 more of those. Keep going in your own time. If your spine is not liking the curling and the articulation as we go down, you can hinge down, sending your bottom away, still pulling up and in, and then when you come back up, if you can do a little rounding of the back, thinking pubic bone to nose as you restack that spine. So choose what's right for you, your roll downs, which you should be familiar with at the moment, or the hinging if your spine is not feeling the love for the roll down. Pubic bone to nose as we curl up and in. Might be good experimenting as well. You don't know, you might find that you prefer one over the other for no known reason. I'll do one more full roll down, breathing in and exhaling to roll forward over the toes, not quite losing our balance, and then breathing in, sending the weight back into the heels as you restack the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Really enjoying this, really finding the mobility for the spine, and then you're opening up your shoulders at the end. Good stuff. Okay, let's come down to the mat. So safely, come down to the mat safely. If you can come down without using your hands, brilliant. If not, let's just use your hands for support and come down to the mat safely. Okay, we're sitting really, really tall here. Difficult position to sit in sometimes, but I'd like you to think about getting really, really straight back. You're sitting on your sit bones, your shoulders are wide, and you feel like you've got that piece of string that's pulling you up into the ceiling. You'll find you just grow a little bit taller just by sitting up rather than sitting slumped. So we're using the power in our abdominals, in our back extensors to sit really, really tall. And we're going to roll down to the mat. Up to you whether you use the backs of your legs to support you coming down. You can use the floor if you need to, or you can take your arms away if you're feeling a little bit like a challenge this morning. So up to you. I'm going to hold on to the back of my thighs, breathing in, and then exhaling, pulling in those abdominal muscles, finding that C curve as we take ourselves down to the mat. Slowly and with control, we're going to start bringing our heels in towards our bottom and lay our head down onto the mat. Okay, so let's go with our pelvic tilts. Arms are wide, feet are fist distance apart. Your pelvis is in neutral, so your hip bones, your pubic bones are on the same plane, and your tailbone is heavy on the mat. You just have a slight gap in your lower back, and you can put your hands on your pelvis. So now we'll just do those pelvic tilts. Inhale, exhale, using your abdominals to tilt your pelvis towards you, and just press that lower back into the mat. We're not lifting up just yet, and we're going to release back into neutral. Let's go 2 more times. Inhale, exhaling to tilt, pressing the lower backs. The abdominals are doing the work here, and then we're going to release back into neutral. 1 more time. Inhale, exhale to press, and let's just hold it there, just pressing, using our abdominals, and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to release back into neutral. Okay, this time we're going to go all the way up. So take your arms, palms are pressed into the mat, and you can use the backs of your arms to help you lift up that little bit further. They're there to help you, they're there to keep your shoulders wide as well, get a bit of chest expansion. So standing into those feet to make sure that big toe is activated, it keeps the inner thighs activated, and you're going to keep your knees narrow. Breathing in. Exhaling to tilt the pelvis, pressing the lower back into the mat, using the abdominals to peel the tailbone up and off the floor. You're going to start standing into the feet as the backs of the legs start helping you to peel the mid-back up and off the mat. And then your bum just pushes your pelvis up that little bit further. Breathe in at the top. And exhale, we're going to reverse that. We're going to sink the breastbone down, and we're going to just imprint the spine back into the mat and release that pelvis into neutral. Let's go again. Breathing in, exhaling to tilt and peel, stand into the feet. Feel the hips opening out at the top, knees are tracking forward the direction of the toe, and you're using those backs of the arms to help press you up. Breathe in, curl the tailbone underneath you a little bit more, it sinks the ribs down, and exhaling to roll the spine all the way back down. Let's do 1 more and stay at the top. Breathing in, exhaling to tilt and peel. Stand into the feet. Think about that big toe. Press it down into the mat. Drawing the knees back into the midline. My hamstrings are complaining at me. I'm sure yours are too. We're going to breathe in at the top. We're going to drop our pelvis down just an inch. Okay, so drop that pelvis down an inch. We're going to open up those knees slightly. Okay, so that they're wide. Okay, and then we're going to use our bottom to push
the pelvis back up that inch, and then we're going to take those knees back in, draw them back into the midline, curling the tailbone underneath. You should feel those abdominals really working. Breathe in, use the backs of your arms, and exhale to slowly roll all the way down to the mat. Release the pelvis in neutral. Take your arms out to a T position. If you're limited on the space here, you can take your arms out to a goalpost position. But if you've got enough room, ideally the T position. So your palms are facing up, and there's a slight rotation of the thumbs. They're going behind you. We're going to squeeze the legs together. We're going to inhale and take the legs over towards the camera, squeezing those legs together. The feet, knees, hips are nicely stacked. You're going to feel like you're drawing your ribs in the opposite direction. And then exhaling, really finding those deep abdominals to bring your legs back through centre. Inhaling over to the other side. Drag those ribs down. Keep that opposite shoulder on the floor. Now you can continue to go with your feet down, or if you're feeling like you'd like to progress it to the next level, you inhale, take one leg up to tabletop, sink the ribs down, make sure the tailbone is heavy, exhale, take the other leg up to tabletop. Again, you're holding it in those lower abdominals, and you're going to do the same thing. Inhaling, range of motion is going to be smaller this time. Still drag those ribs around to the opposite direction, and exhaling back through centre. Inhaling over, away from the camera. Keep that shoulder on the ground. Mine was lifting then. And exhaling, deep, deep, deep abdominals to bring you back through centre. One more time, whichever version you're doing. Inhaling over. And exhaling back through centre. And last time, just to make it nice and balanced. And back through centre. And then slowly and with control, we're going to take one leg down, we're going to take the other leg down, you're going to interlace your fingers, take them behind the heaviest part of your head, ready for your chest list. Just do that internal checklist, feet this distance apart, knees are narrow, tailbone is heavy, you're pulling up and in with those abdominals, your elbows are wide, elbows and shoulders are wide, almost pulling them apart, and your head is heavy in your hands. Okay, you're going to move your head, neck and shoulders as one unit. Try not to pull on your neck, or don't pull on your neck, because it's not going to do you any favours. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale you're going to lift your head, neck and shoulders. You're going to feel like you're dragging your rib cage down towards your waist. You're going to scoop that belly. You're going to breathe in at the top, press the head into the hands, and exhale to lengthen back down. And again, inhale. Exhale to lift. Breathe in, and exhale to lengthen. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop that belly, try and flatten that belly. Inhaling and exhaling as you return back to the mat. Okay, you can now carry on doing 2 or 3 more chest lifts just like that, or we can have a little go at some rotation while we're up there. Okay, small, tiny rotation. Okay, and it's more flexion, so we're going up and over just like that, rather than a lateral side bend. So think up and over, almost like your nose is going to the outward side of your knee, and you're trying to keep both shoulder blades off the mat. You're trying to keep equal length in the trunk. Okay, or you can carry on doing the chest lift, whichever version you feel like doing today. Okay, breathe in. Exhale, pressing the head into the hands. Tailbone is heavy. Breathe in here. And then we're going to go up and over to the left. Keep this right elbow wide. Back through centre. Up and over. Back through centre. Come down for a break if you need to. Or carry on. Go up and over. Back through centre. Up and over. Back through centre. Let's come down for a break. And then we'll come up just for one more set, if that's okay. Obviously, you can do one set, calm down, and come back up. Ladies that are carrying on with the chest lift, carry on with the chest lift for now. It's nice and deep for the abdominals, but let's do one more set of the rotation. Okay, breathing in, exhaling to lift. Tailbone is heavy. We're going to go up and over, back through centre. Up and over, back through centre. Have we got one more? If not, come down and stretch out, back through centre, and up and over, back through centre. Breathe in, and take yourself all the way down to the mat. Stretch yourself out, allow your ribs to flare. Just take the pressure off those abdominals just for a second, because they would have worked quite hard there for a moment. Okay, all right. Okay, and we're going to take our legs, once you've enjoyed that stretch. We're going to take ourselves back with our knees bent, tailbone is heavy, pelvis is in that neutral position. I'm going to take one, arms are down by my side, one leg up to tabletop. I'm going to hold it in my abdominals, and we're going to do toe taps, 5 on each side. So inhale to tap and exhale to lift. This leg is at a 90-degree angle. The angle in the knee doesn't change. We're just tapping down. We're sending the leg away from us. We're not bending from the knee. We're just sending the leg away, tapping down. If you can tap down, doesn't matter if you can't, just do as far as you can go and bring it back up. Last one. And then we'll take that leg down, take the other leg up to tabletop, and we'll do the same on that side. So we're tapping down for 5. Tapping down, bringing back up. And back up. 3 more. And down. Using the ability to count, let's just do one more just in case. And again, we can either carry on, swapping over to the other side, doing the single leg lifts, or we can have a little go at swapping in mid-air. We need to try and keep the torso really, really still. We're holding it in those lower abdominals, tailbone is heavy, and you are still pulling up and in. Okay, so we are going to tap down, and then we're going to bring up, she says. She's doing it a little bit wrong there. So we are swapping in mid-air is what we're doing. And swap. And swap. So the legs cross over in mid-air, gliding past each other, tapping down, holding it in your abdominals. If it's pulling on the lower back, do come down, take your legs into you, or you can just very slightly, posteriorly tilt your pelvis, closing up that lower gap so the pressure is taken off the lower back. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2, and then take your legs into you, hug them in, and we're just going to roll over that lower back. Well done. Okay, let's take the legs out so that they're mat width distance apart. You can take your arms out, back out to that T position, and palms are facing up. And let's go for our windscreen wipers. We're going to take our legs over, take them away from the camera this time. Keep that opposite shoulder on the ground. And then take them back through. Just a bit of a rotation, a bit of a stretch out as well. One more each side. Breathe into it. And send that leg away from the hip. A bit more of a stretch. And back through. Send the leg away. It's quite nice. Quite like that. Okay. And let's just stretch those legs out. Take the arms overhead, we're flaring up again, and then I want you to sink your ribs down so that they're nice and heavy and they're connecting to the back of the mat. You can take your arms all the way over without your ribs popping out, then do so. If your ribs begin to pop out, lift your arms up a little bit, feel the rib cage go heavy and connect with the back of the mat. We're going to go for a roll up prep, so we're inhaling, palms are facing each other, arms are coming parallel to the mat. You're going to squeeze those legs together, and then exhale, press the lower back into the mat and lift up one more vertebra, and then we're going to return back. If you need to support your head, you can support your head with one arm, inhaling and over, press the head into the hands. Exhaling, lower back presses down a little bit more. You're probably not going to come up very much, but it's that feeling of sinking the lower back into the mat and pressing down. This is our chest lift position. Position for so many things, so it's really, really good to have it pretty much in every session. Pressing down, keep the shoulders wide, squeeze the legs together, and back down. Let's do one more. Inhaling up and over, shoulders are wide. Exhaling, pressing down, and then returning back to the mat. Okay, all right. Let's take our legs in. We're going to give them a bit of a hug again. And we're going to find a way to come up to a sitting position. Okay, not too much precision about this, just try not to throw your head forward, sort of straining your neck, but we're going to come up to a sitting position so we can rock and roll. It might take you a few attempts, you might be up there, but just whichever way you can get up to that sitting position. You might want to take a hold of the back of your leg, press your leg into your hands and come up. Whatever works for you for this one, really. Okay, so rolling like a Christmas bauble, kind of thought maybe. Or rolling like a Christmas pudding, or whatever you want, but rolling like a Christmas bauble, I think that works for me. Okay, so we're going to sit on our sit bones. If you're not comfortable with rolling like a ball, we can practice just rolling off of those sit bones, which is the practice building up to rolling like a ball. You can hold your legs behind your thighs, which is probably the easiest way to keep control, or you can hold onto your shins. I'm going to go with behind my thighs. I'm going to take my feet to a point. Obviously check you've got enough room behind. You don't want to be, I'm upstairs, don't want to be rolling down the stairs or rolling into the Christmas tree. So feet pointing, okay, we're sitting on those sit bones, our shoulders are wide and our arms are out and we're holding onto the back of our thigh. You're going to breathe in and then on an exhale, let's just do a few, just rocking off those sit bones. So pull in those little abdominals, find the control, find that point that you know you can then come back up on top of your sit bones. Go again 2 more times. Inhaling. exhaling, pulling yourself back up. Doesn't look like I'm doing an awful lot, but I'm pulling in those abdominals, rolling off those sit bones, and then coming back up. I'm holding my arms out really, really wide here just so that you can see what's going on. Pulling in, and then back up. If you feel like taking it a little bit further, let's go with a couple rolling like a ball. So it's really important that when you go back, that you pull in those lower abdominals, that you find the curve in the spine, because if you go down with a flat back, you're probably going to hurt yourself, and you're not going to come back up either. Okay, so the idea is to come with our feet pointed, but if you land it, it's no great shakes, is it really? Okay, so we are going to inhale, and then exhale, pulling those lower abdominals. We're going to roll back, and then we're going to come back up to that position. Okay, the idea is to keep that really nice tight ball shape if we can. Let's go again, 2 more times. Inhale, exhale to roll. And as I say, if you don't feel like doing this today, then just keep going with rolling off your sit bones and rolling back up again. It's all about building blocks. And let's see if we can do one more. Inhale, exhale to roll, and back up. Well done, everybody. Okay, right, let's take our legs down. Let's just do a couple more, and then let's get on to the swimming. Okay, so breathe in, and we're going to roll the pelvis underneath you. We're not going all the way down, we're only going to go down as far as you think you can come back up. So lower back would be good. Breathe in, and then exhaling, coming all the way back up and sitting tall. Let's do 2 more times. You can hold on to the back of your thighs. You can have your arms out in front of you. Whatever you feel you can do today. Breathing in, sitting tall. Exhaling, find that C shape. Really, really keep a hold of that C shape for as long as possible. Rolling the pelvis underneath you. Breathe in. And we're going to change our mind. And we're going to come back up and sit tall. 1 more time. Breathing in. And exhaling. Rolling, 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 rolling. Breathe in. Pull those deep abdominals. Keep those feet on the floor. And we're going to come back up to that sitting position. Okay, kind of overshot that a little bit. So nice and tall. Right, this time we're going to go all the way down to the mat, and we're going to roll onto our fronts. Breathe in and roll. Feet on the floor, shoulders are wide, arms are straight, palms are facing, and we're taking ourselves all the way down. We're going to roll over onto our fronts for a little bit of back extension work with the swimming. Okay, so we're going to break the swimming down. We're going to do the arms first. We're going to do the legs second. We're going to take a break in between, and then we're going to put them together. If your lower back's saying no thank you very much, just focus on one or the other, don't put them together. Okay, so we're going to lie with our face hovering off the floor. Okay, you're going to press your pubic bone into the mat. You get that lift in the lower abdominals. You're going to tuck that tailbone underneath, which gives you a bit more of a lift. And I want you to keep hold of that. Your nose is just hovering off the mat. Make friends with the floor. You're going to be here for a little while. Okay. So we're going to focus on our arms. We're going to extend our arms so much that they just lift off the floor a little bit. Okay. All right. And we're talking low here. We're not talking. I don't want to see. Not that I can see, but no height. Long and low. Extend those arms, and we're just going to flutter those arms. You're still pressing your pubic bone into the mat, you're still lifting your abdominals. Okay, so the idea here is to keep absolute stability. So we're looking for stability over speed. So So if you start to go a little bit faster and you start rocking and rolling, then you need to stop it and draw it back a little bit. So we're just fluttering those arms. And then we're going to take those arms down. You're going to take your arms underneath your armpits, and you're going to push back into your rest position. And breathe in, just for a couple of breaths, just feel the back expand. And then we're going to come down, back to the floor again. Arms are extended, but we're going to keep the palms on the mat. Nose is still hovering above the mat. Press the pubic bone in, all the same things, lifting the abdominals, carrying the tailbone underneath. Okay, protecting that lower back, and then you're going to extend your legs so much that they're going to lift a teeny tiny bit up and off the mat. Okay, and we're going to flutter those legs. Flutter, flutter, flutter. Just a teeny tiny bit. And again, stability, stability over speed. Long and low. Doesn't need to come up, don't bend at the knees. We are just extending those legs out of the hip sockets. Flutter, flutter, flutter. Just a little bit more. Going to take them down. Arms and the waist. Push back into your rest position for a couple of breaths. So I guess you know what's coming now. When we go down and join them together, if you feel like joining them together, we're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg. So we've got to work the brain as well. Okay, we're going to come down. We're going to extend the arms, we're going to extend the leg, we're pressing the pubic bone down, curling, tailbone underneath, lifting those abdominals. Head is just hovering down, and we're going to extend both the legs and the arms, so much so that there's a little lift of them. And we're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg. We'll go slowly to start with. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Just focusing on what we're moving, okay? And we're going to take it up a bit. We're going to go a little bit faster, but you're going to concentrate on stability over speed. And we're going to breathe in for 5 and out for 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's one long inhale, one long exhale. We'll just do 2 more sets. You're swimming, but you're not making any waves whatsoever. 2, might have to slow it down myself. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take your arms, push yourself back. And just take that moment, breathing in, slowly running over. And exhaling out. So, I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm slightly running over, so I'm going to end it there. But if you can, take yourself up, do a couple of roll downs and roll up, just to really check in with your spine again and enjoy it. Really see you next week for the last one before Christmas. Yeah, hope you have a good day. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye.